Happy Monday, everyone. This is Martha with Nature Niche, and I'm coming to you on location. This was a Mid-Mitten Wild Ones Chapter meeting, and we are out at Elysium Heritage Farms with Jeff and Kim Hartley, and they have a beautiful property and have been working on it for several decades. Can you tell us a little bit about your land and your story on it?
Well, as you stated, we've been here for 30 plus years.
Yeah.
It was nothing but heavy woods when we arrived, and have been working tirelessly ever since to develop it. At first, it was clearing and adding things that would enhance recreation, hunting, camping, hiking, that kind of thing. But then in recent years, we considered more what the future was going to hold, and thought we should be concentrating our efforts on native plants, the effects of invasive plants and shrubs and things like that. So we started to change our work method to combat that and enhance the native. And that's kind of where we're starting now.
Okay. Yeah, you have some beautiful wetlands, forested wetland, cedar and hemlock and mixed deciduous swamp. It was so pretty. We saw all kinds of different, some sedges and ferns and things like that. So I think it's really interesting that you didn't go into this knowing those, but you're loving learning about those species now. But it's really neat. You also have different heritage farm species that folks who visit.
Yeah, we have always tried to work for the heritage breeds that are so endangered. Different breeds we have here are in that group.
Okay. So the bunnies and the turkeys, can you remind me of their names? Because I probably won't get it right if I try to say it later.
The rabbits are cream d'argent.
Okay.
And then we have the fainting goats, the myotonic goats. And then the turkey, I couldn't even tell you what the name is.
Okay.
But
yeah.
He
was the welcoming committee. We got a shot of
the
that.
pigs are guinea hogs.
Guinea hogs?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, really neat. I'm trying to think what else. So, I guess, what made you kind of tune in to doing native plants? And I know when you write up about your property, you talk about Homegrown National Park. Kind of, how did you get exposed to that idea? I'm curious. And
the first time I heard of Homegrown National Park was through the Wild Ones.
Okay.
And then, of course, reading Doug Callamy's book and other books of that same nature, all with the same mindset. So.
And part of that is planting or conserve. You have so many natural native plant communities to conserve. It's really a special place. And part of that is trying to manage invasive species. Can you talk a little bit about ones you've discovered and kind of what that's been like?
Yeah, the autumn olive, the Phragmites, and crown vetch have just been overwhelming. Things that we did not want to have to use in our property to get rid of those items were pretty much left with no other choice.
Sure.
Yeah.
The most effective means. So made some compromises and
Yes.
just trying to protect those natural ecosystems. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to share about people can come stay and walk the grounds, and can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, we do, as a business, we do Airbnb and hip camp renting here. We have a guest house, a cabin, campsites. We'd love to see people come out and spend time with us and enjoy these items that you just described.
Yeah.
For more than just a couple hours. We'd like to see them stay and enjoy it.
Yeah. I just think it's really awesome how you've taken the Homegrown National Park idea and incorporated it into your business. So, yeah. We'll drop your website in there so people can check it out. Thanks so much for hosting the Mid-Mitten Wild Ones too.
Very welcome. Very welcome.
So I thought you might enjoy seeing some photos from our Mid-Mitten Wild Ones tour. These are some of the structures they mentioned that you can rent and be able to stay and hike their trails and enjoy the 120 acre property. So we had a great time, saw all sorts of neat, both domestic animals. This is the heritage breed turkey that they were talking about. He was our welcoming committee when everybody arrived on the farm, as well as chickens and the rabbits. Oh my goodness, were so adorable, and they had different ages. So cute. So lots of fun things to see. Really nice guard dogs and diverse. These are the fainting goats that they had mentioned. And the guinea hogs. And we had fun in the pond area watching the barn swallows swooping back and forth, eating insects over the water. So this property is really a great place for those that like to hike, botanize, and birdwatch. And with all that forested wetland and snags like this one, there's lots of great woodpecker habitat. We were enjoying hearing woodpecker sounds as we were hiking. And I was really struck by the beauty of the mixed deciduous and coniferous swamp or forested wetlands that were on this property. So just really neat hemlock and cedar and red maple and silver maple and swamp white oak. It was beautiful, beautiful land to hike through and botanize. This is a beautiful expanse of sensitive fern for the most part. In the ground cover, we saw all sorts of neat ferns and wildflowers and graminoids, grass-like plants. So here's a royal fern from a distance, and there it is close up. And graceful grass or foul manna grass, Glyceria striata, and softbrush and fringe sedge, all kinds of diverse sedges out here. You could do a whole class out at this property just studying the different sedges. Blue flag iris and water plantain, horse gentian, which is a plant I don't see that often. There it is starting to bloom. And a really big jack in the pulpit, really great understory plants. Turtlehead, white turtlehead in its natural habitat. Michigan holly, really nice, healthy ones. Big, beautiful, and all ages of swamp white oak was really neat to see. And then here's some examples of invasive species they're working on. Narrowleaf and hybrid cattail, crown vetch, and of course the autumn olive. Seems like it was a big challenge. So one that we've talked about in the past and I've posted on. But here's an example of how much of that autumn olive they've removed and done some brush piling with. So I hope that it was fun to see this example of a homegrown national park where the business and landowners have really tried to conserve and protect their natural ecosystems and their native plants, and worked on and continue to work on managing invasive species on their properties. It's just a really great thing to do to help preserve biodiversity, help regenerate biodiversity. So I hope you would consider doing that on your own lands or lands that you help steward. Take care and have a great National Pollinator Week.